Hey, you a fan of D&D? Me too. Okay, well I'm not, but I want to be. Like, I'm into other tabletops, but I've just not been able to get into D&D yet. Till then, let's just make a randomized character. I've got a list in front of me of like the different species, the classes, and some personality traits. We're gonna roll for them real quick, and based on what I get, I'll make a new character. And who knows, maybe if I get invited to a D&D game, I'll actually get to play this one. Before we start, I'm gonna give a quick disclaimer, like, do not expect this to really fit the perfect, like, D&D lore or anything like that. I do not know the game, I don't know its lore. The closest connection I have to D&D is Baldur's Gate, and I love that game. I love that game. Halcyon? I love that game. Oh my god, I love that game. That being said, I don't know anything about D&D beyond Baldur's Gate. I'm gonna do what I see on the list, and you know, I'll add some flair beyond that. Anything else? Whatever. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize that D&D had so many species. Like I said, I've played D&D before, and like, I've played Baldur's Gate, but like, I never really saw how much was jammed into that game in the species alone, and even with like the different versions on top of that. But even so, I've got like a lengthy list here, so let's just roll for the first one and see what we get. I got a 6, which on my list says Aarakocra. A bird person, D&D. I didn't know you had a game like that. All right. I can do this. Oh, dude, I know that. I know this species. I saw the D&D movie like literally the other day as like preparation for this, and they had one of these dudes. He got like thrown out a window or something. Oh, Jonathan! Now, the idea of a bird character is really cool. I've never done a character like that before. I think I might decide to go with more of a Legend of Zelda route with it, doing like a sort of like Rito design, like one of these guys. Like, I love these bird people. Like, I'm so down to make one of these as like a character. That would be awesome. Anyways. Alright, so next up, I'm rolling for class. I got, again, a full list here, and I got a 13, which is a cleric. Now, based on like my 30 seconds of Googling, it says that clerics are like priests, but with like powers. They dedicate themselves to like a specific god, and then they like go around doing their bidding or their work. All right, so we got like a religious bird person. I'm not really the biggest fan of religious characters, but I'll work with it. Alright, so the last thing I gotta do is just roll for the personality traits. I'll be honest with you, I already did it. I forgot to record the rolls, whatever, I'll tell you them now. I got passionate and angry. So we're gonna have a passionate, angry priest bird. Sure, why not? I'm gonna go start sketching some stuff up, and I'll be back in like however long it takes me. Alrighty, so I'm back, and I've got these sketches up now. I gotta be so real with you. I think this character is darling, actually. I fucking love them. Basically, you know, sticking with the bird priest aggressive kind of thing, I decided that they're gonna be a devotee of this love goddess, and basically they're gonna be someone who takes love very seriously and gets very aggressive when people disrespect the concept of love. He's the kind of character that would see someone dressed like really poorly for a date and be like, "You dressed like a slob, you disrespect my goddess and the concept of love, prepare to die." And then everyone around them, like in their party, has to be like, "No, please wait, it's just an outfit." And then he's like, "It's not just an outfit, it is a declaration of love." I decided to go with this one right here, the like big chest, like head barely peeking over the armor. And if you're wondering about this like big red heart spot in the middle, basically I decided to go base this character off of the Bleeding Heart dove. It's this dove that has like this like red like feather marking right on its chest that almost makes it look like it's been injured, but it's just the pattern on it. And I'd like to imagine for this character, maybe that mark appeared once they devoted themselves to this love goddess, and it became a sort of like physical marking to show who they dedicate themselves to. And so with that, there's also this heart in the armor that shows off this red marking, and that would seem like a major like weakness of the armor, but that spot in particular is protected by the goddess and will only become vulnerable if this character's like faith in the goddess or in the concept of love would like waver. So as long as they're dedicated, it is always protected. If anything, it's more protected than any of the other parts that are just covered by armor. Yeah, I think they're like so serious and aggressive about love that it wraps back around to being like really comedic. And with that, let's just hop into the actual digital work. So with making this character digital, I decided that I'm gonna make just a full turnaround of this character, and I'm starting off here with just planing out the wings, mainly just because I was having a little bit of trouble with this one. I don't know, maybe I was in my head a little bit, but I just needed to start off a little smaller, maybe workshop the color palette a little bit, and ease myself into drawing a full Birdman. Actually, not even talking about the Birdman right now, but like, my thoughts on D&D are a little complicated. Like, I love the game. I've played the tabletop before with other friends, and like, it's been alright. But I've never really felt like I could get the characters to like really get fleshed out and become their own. I always felt a lot of the game mechanics almost restricted my ability to play a character, and that always bummed me out, because then on top of that, I feel like there's a lot of players that I've encountered where they've become very sticklery about the rules. And so then I end up feeling like I'm stuck being restricted by the gameplay while also being restricted by stickler for the rule players. And I ultimately just feel like I'm like meeting up for a session to do a very one note, go into a small town kind of thing and leave. And then also, this isn't necessarily a fault of the game, but like I feel like a lot of times I've always ended up in games where it's just European medieval little town. Passing through, there's a cave, there's a dungeon. I don't know, like, I know that's kind of the vibe, but sometimes I want something a little more. I think it'd be cool to explore the D&D, like, landscape, but in something a little more unusual. Like, maybe the team ends up on, like, a mysterious island even, or into a big city. I mean, I'll take, like, a Resident Evil castle even. A lot of weird puzzles, killing different monsters. I just sometimes feel like a lot of the players and the people running the games just get stuck into this very specific mindset of what D&D is supposed to be and what D&D characters are supposed to be. And so if I got the chance to play in another game, and, you know, with this character, I would really hope that it's a group where I can really express this character and let them grow, and not have to worry as much about whether or not certain things fit the rules, or even the lore about D&D. I don't know, maybe that just means it's not the game for me. Maybe it's just I haven't really found the right group yet. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I love tabletops. I think I will love D&D. If you have any tips or anything, leave them in the comments. I really want to know. And tell me about your characters too, you know? One of my favorite things is still character design, and I feel like every tabletop game is always a chance to really play around with a character design and turn them into their own person. So let me know what you've come up with. The last thing we really have to do for this character is name them and also give them a backstory. And so with the theme of love and also it coming out, on Valentine's Day, I've decided to name them Valentine, or Valen for short. And as for their backstory, I want it to be like, you know, the comedically tragic, like so tragic it's almost weird, it's funny, you know? It's gonna be funny, to be real with you. The thing I'm thinking of is that things just keep blowing up. Like, their childhood home blew up, it killed everyone. They move on to a foster family. That foster family blows up, everyone's dead. They go to a new town. They find someone that they fall deeply in love with. That love interest blows up. Everywhere they go, they keep finding new people. They fall in love with these people, and then they blow up. And it's not the character blowing them up. It's just that, like, for some reason, they're blowing up. And so I think this character then finally dedicates their life to bringing love and happiness to everyone they meet, because they, I guess in their mind, just everyone's gonna blow up one day. So they're like, well, until they blow up, I gotta make sure that they enjoy life to the fullest. And that led them to end up becoming a devotee of this love goddess. And now love and respect are like their main core values, which is then shown through their passion and anger whenever someone does or doesn't respect their partner. And not even partner, just anyone. You disrespect your friends, but especially like your love interests, your family, the local dog that like eats out of the garbage. And so they end up just, going on adventures, walking around, and they'll eventually bump into whatever group they end up adventuring with. And you know what? Maybe one day that adventuring group will blow up too. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they'll all blow up. Maybe they'll survive. They'll probably survive, assuming they're player characters. But who knows? Anyways, I'm in love with this. And lately this has been on my mind just because I've been drawing a lot of my friends' tabletop characters. Also, I was trying to think, can these characters like actually fly? And like, is that something that I can then do in the game if I play this character? Can I just fly around? How does that work with the like, don't you have to like measure the amount of steps you can take per round? How does that work with flying? And are these, like, they're bird people, so are they hatched or are they born? Well, if Valen was hatched, the egg blew up. If they were born, the nursery blew up. I swear it's not their fault, but it kind of seems like it's their fault, maybe. I don't know. Anyways. Dude, these came out so awesome, and honestly, I kind of wish I had a D&D group to play in now, because I think this character would have been so fun to play with. Hold up. Play as. Anyways, it's been a little bit since I've done a turnaround, and I think this one came out really awesome. And it honestly makes me want to go back and make some turnarounds for some of my older characters too. And also, like, you got the turnarounds, you got the character. If you want to, make some fan art and send it my way, definitely do that. I'm on Instagram and BlueSky. That's at Lockhart with an underscore between the H and the A. You can see it on screen right now. And also, if you liked this video, make sure to follow my channel. Give the video a like, leave a comment. I post a video every month, at least I'm hoping to. I'm having a lot of fun with this. But I hope you had fun watching this, and I hope you come back for the next video too. If you're looking for more videos, check out my channel. Well, this is the second video, so you can check out my first video at least. That's where I drew 3 of my characters in 3 different art styles. And that was a rough one. That took a lot of effort. Anyways, see you in the next one.